guys, welcome back to Nintendo Minute. So we are here today with a very special guest, Christine, otherwise known as GandaKris on the social medias. You're here today because you do amazing custom amiibo figures. That is your craft. I'm sure you have many other talents.
Your calling, yes.
That is your calling in life, am I right?
Yes, I was born to make custom amiibo.
So we have a couple of really nice, very cool examples of stuff that you've done. We have Link riding this like bear from Breath of the Wild, and then a couple amiibo inspired by Super Mario Odyssey.
I first got into this when I joined the video game club at my high school. I joined it with my sisters, and like I was super quiet back then, so making friends like wasn't a talent that I had, but my sisters and joining a community that had the same interests definitely helped. So playing games and playing Smash and Melee and just combining art, which I also love, the two things that I love the most, and just making figurines, and that's how I got started. Ceramics class and all that stuff.
You also made some for us,
Yes,
which I
thank you.
love so much. just the attention to detail and like all the work you put into it is really, really amazing.
Thank you. For me, it's not just an amiibo. I really want it to be something that can be displayed for years to come, where it's a figurine and it has a lot of detail, and it's just gorgeous to where, again, you can display it in your home, and it's one of a kind.
So what are we doing today?
So today you are going to actually take us through the creation process, a little tutorial for the two of us. I'm very frightened. I have no artistic skills whatsoever.
One of us might be worse than the other. We'll let you judge at the end who is better.
All right.
It's gonna be me. Make it real easy for you.
I'll be easy on you guys.
Yes.
But again, I think anyone can do this with a lot of practice.
Yeah.
And practice makes perfect. I wasn't good when I first started, but over the years, you just get better and
You
better.
learn different things, and So what are we doing today? We're gonna get real crafty with this Goomba amiibo, right? And then we're gonna make something that's inspired by Super Mario Odyssey. So we're gonna make a captured Goomba. I think you have a nice
as you see here,
reference photo here, but we're gonna put a little hat on him, mustache. It's all sorts of fun things to make this Goomba into a captured Goomba from Super Mario Odyssey.
Yes, he's going to be very cute, and you guys can display him and have your own little Goomba.
Very excited, very excited. Okay, so we're gonna set everything up and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. We've kind of reset our little work area here with all the materials that is required to customize our little Goomba amiibo. So you're gonna teach us with one, and because again, one of us is better than the other, we're gonna work together, meaning I'm gonna do all the
I'm going
work.
to dazzle you with my artistic skills right now.
Let's take a look back at all the times that happened, guys. So we're gonna work together.
Teamwork.
Yeah. We'll see how
So
that.
we're great at that, clearly.
We'll see how that goes. So before we get into the crafting part of it, do you want to kind of go through what materials someone might need to actually customize this amiibo?
Attempt this.
So you'll need, obviously,
Step one, amiibo.
Step one, get an amiibo.
And then, of course, get a lot of reference pictures. Reference pictures help so much because then
Several
at
different
least you
kinds.
know
As
what
we have
you
here.
need, right? All
Yeah.
the
Different
details
angles. yes.
Right. It's nice that you have
Colors.
nice big close-ups of it too, so you can really get into the details like we were talking about.
And then, of course, you'll need clay for any additional parts that you need. So in this instance, we're going to do the hat, and that hat can be made out of clay. So it's called polymer clay. And then, of course, you'll need paint brushes, paint, and then if you need carving tools, go ahead, you guys can get carving tools. But generally, I like to use my nails because it's
Everybody has
Great.
those
Interesting.
and
attached to your hands.
It's easy to work with too, so it's crazy, but you can use a lot of tools at home, like toothpicks and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find stuff in your kitchen, like
Yeah.
butter knives and things like that.
Cutting board.
We literally found this in our office kitchen. Don't tell our office manager.
Additional supplies. So, for example, particularly Goomba, we did grab a black felt that you can also find in any craft store, and it's easier than making it out of clay, in my opinion, and it's kind of fuzzy too. So.
Yeah, so
And
it
this
has
is for
like
the
the
mustache.
texture. Not too many I was gonna say ingredients, but that's not the right word. Supplies needed to like get started. So it's pretty easy for anybody really to try this out, right?
Yeah, you want to start off with the basics, something very simple, because you don't want to be disheartened and not try it again. Because making custom amiibo is really fun. You get to be creative and make whatever you want.
Yeah,
it's all yours. Yeah. So we're gonna start with the eyes. It's a lot easier to paint the eyes first, and then attach the mustache, and then make the hat.
Obviously, on our little Goomba amiibo, the eyes are black. But once Mario captures an enemy, it gets blue eyes because Mario has blue eyes. So lovable detail. So we're gonna paint the eyes. You have a lot of very tiny paintbrushes for us to use, which is very exciting. They're like very detailed brushes that we can choose from.
Basically, you just get the blue paint. You can use light blue, dark blue. You can even add white to lighten the blue as well.
The right shade.
If it's too much trouble, like because painting is also takes practice. You can even just paint it blue as a start off, and then paint in the black and then paint in the white. It's a lot easier to do it that way, especially painting like the pupils and stuff.
Yeah, it is
so
a little bit tiny.
Really
yeah,
small.
exactly.
But if you do get it on the black, it's okay. You can literally just go over it with black and then add the white at the end.
Cool.
I also have blue eyes and facial hair, so maybe I can just be a living reference material for the two of you, since I'm probably not going to contribute to the actual
well,
art.
I can make you a mustache out of it.
Over your mustache?
cover up
Another
that
mustache?
real
Let me
mustache.
paint your eyes with blue paint.
They're perfect already.
All right, so we're gonna put the paint on here.
Okay.
We'll grab the blue.
A little plate palette here.
Yeah. So luckily with this paint, it's you don't really need that much.
It's very pigmented.
Yes.
Just a drop.
So literally
That's
just
actually a pretty
drop.
close blue already. So it's like actually quite a nice shade.
Okay, so grab your tool.
Which
Your
paintbrush
trusty,
should I use?
paintbrush.
I want this one. I don't know why.
That works.
I'm partial to this super tiny.
That's the same one that I picked up.
Look at this.
It's
It's
really
like it's
cool.
almost there.
It's
This is way tinier than
It's
yours.
because you're scared that you're gonna make a mistake. Shaky hands.
It's harder to make
Oh
a
my
mistake.
gosh!
Some of the paintbrushes, they're not thin enough, so I actually tend to grab scissors.
And like
Really?
cut, like trim
Shade
them.
it down a little bit. Wow.
All right, so then, like I said, this is really pigmented, so all you need is just like
A tiny
little
drop?
just a drop of water. Put it in there, and then you can go ahead.
A drop of water. Okay.
I'm so nervous right now.
I'm
I'm
gonna.
not even doing anything.
Okay, I'm gonna paint one of the eyes first,
And then you can
paint
paint
the
the
second.
other.
Do you agree with
Yeah, I
this?
think
This is the
that's
right
really
approach
fun.
here.
So
Okay.
this is going to be the eye patch Goomba by the time we're done with it.
Let me show you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna dip it in here, and I'm gonna grab just a little bit. So you see how like immediately when I put the
It like kind of.
the water in
Yeah.
there? Yeah, it takes it really easy. See? So then what I tend to do is that I want to make sure I get it at the tip. It's crazy, but then you have to really just have steady hands. So again, it's practice, right? It's like,
Don't breathe all over the Goomba with your nervous breath.
Alright, so again, we'll do the outer rim. And you can even just draw it with the blue. Just trace it alongside the black eye.
Can you do a check? How is this so far? Can you look at this?
That is good.
Are you just saying that?
You're
Let me
doing
see.
really awesome. Keep going. Look at that, right?
So do the other one
very
exactly
accurate.
the
Do
same,
that.
obviously,
Yeah,
because
do
two
that.
eyes are the same.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure you don't want to do
Yes.
this?
Are
Oh.
you sure?
So how would you've done a lot of so many different designs, like on a 1 to 10 difficulty scale. This that we're doing today seems relatively straightforward.
Yeah, it's a basic, custom amiibo. It's nothing too complicated. I think it'll be a nice way for a lot of people who are new to
Yeah,
customization.
first-timers.
Yeah, to start with this one because this is very straightforward, right? You got the eyes, the mustache, and then the hat. And if anything, the hardest part is probably the hat if you've never done any clay work. But again, it's not that hard. There's definitely a technique that I'll teach you guys. It'll make it a lot easier.
Oh, a special
So,
technique.
a special technique.
Oh, a secret.
After you've painted the dark blue, you want to go back in with the light blue. So I'll do that here. But adding these small details definitely make the amiibo pop.
He looks like he's like alive now.
That's really good.
Right? I was just like, wow, she's already expert. Oh my gosh. Look how gorgeous that looks.
Thanks. I feel really good right now.
Yeah, you did really well. Okay, so again, I'm gonna move on to the people.
Okay.
And you can use black. So let me get the black out here.
So we're gonna draw over the existing black people with another coat of paint.
Because that's how I usually do my eyes. I, again, start with the pupil and work outside, and it's a lot easier, trust me, instead of having to do the small white dot, the black, and then the blue. It's too hard that way. All right.
Okay.
And let's say that
That's
you
it.
did mess up. If you ever messed up on the blue, you can even go back in with
Or the white too, right? You can
or the
just
white.
like kind of do
So
a little
mistakes aren't bad.
touch ups.
Don't
and stuff.
panic if you make a mistake. You
Yeah.
can always fix it.
Right. Cool.
so-
Gently set this down. Okay, so step 1 has been completed. We finished the eyes, which was extremely relaxing and fun. So we're gonna move on to the little mustache. So we have our felt, and we also have a X-Acto knife. Be very, very, very careful, friends.
Very sharp.
It's very sharp.
You can also use scissors,
Yes.
which is a lot safer. I'm going to cut off a small piece for you and me.
And we're also using a cutting board,
Yes.
so that you're not destroying all your your nice
Don't
furniture.
do it on your
I'm sure.
parents' heirloom
I'm
table.
sure your
from
parents
Grandma.
will
So
not
that's actually
appreciate.
really nice.
Actually, yeah, it was pretty smooth. You hold the glue. The glue is over here. Hold it. Hold it.
All right. So when it comes to making the mustache, I find it a lot easier to actually fold it.
Oh, fold it. Oh, because it's like a mirror image.
I tend to do like a curve at the top, right? So we're
Okay.
going to go ahead and do that. We're going to do like a curve right over there at the top. And so when you remove it, it's going to look like that. And that's going to be the top part of the mustache. Right? And so Mario's mustache also has 3 lumps on each side. So we're going to do 3 right over here.
This is like crazy town right now.
So that, yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to try our best to do this one. You did.
It could be better. It could be better.
Yeah, I think yours turned out way better than mine did, actually. So
gonna do a
you're gonna
little-
see how lumpy mine is in a bit, but
Oh.
see. So then, if you get something like this, even with scissors, just go back in and trim it.
Off camera, we treated the felt with the finest mustache oils that
been
the world has known.
it's
So
conditioned, like-
It's exactly. Oh, wow.
Be like my mustache. I've always wanted to
That's
look like
interesting.
this.
Yeah.
That works. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and grab your mustache, and you're gonna dab some super glue right on.
So not on the mustache, on the Goomba.
Yes, on the glue.
On his little face?
Because the felt tends to soak in the
Oh.
super glue, so you want to make sure that it's on a surface where it'll stick. Are you ready, kid?
This is an artisanal mustache.
Oh, wow. There's a bubble that came out. Oh,
You got it.
I ruined it.
I
don't know.
No, you're
You
good.
still know where the middle is.
You're good. You can go ahead.
I'm doing it in the the little middle area. Is
Mm-hmm. There you go. See?
that
Got
good?
it.
Is that
Yeah.
enough?
Mm-hmm. There you go. See?
Holding this for dear life.
I think mine is crooked. I want to redo it.
But yeah, look how cute they are.
Oh.
They both have. All right.
So on to our last and
Last
final
step?
step. So we're gonna set that up and be right back. Okay, so we are back. Step 3 is the hat. Would you say this is the most important step?
This is definitely the most important step.
Oh, no.
And
Are you ready?
It requires the most skills.
So Kit's gonna do this.
and practice. So with polymer clay, you can break off a piece, and then you're gonna work it in your hand.
Oh.
So how big do I? Just like a thing of it?
I would just work a good portion of it so you have clay to use.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead and
Oh,
we'll
no.
measure it onto the Goomba.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so it takes a little bit of effort at the beginning.
Yeah, it's very stiff right now.
But once your hand warms it up, it
Mm-hmm.
gets really easy
To kind of
to
mold, yeah.
So go ahead and work it. All right, and then what I like to do to measure it out is actually put it in a ball and test it out on top of his head. So let's see. Because then at least you know how big it is. Because you want the proportions to be correct. Proportions
And
is
I'm
huge.
done.
Are you sure?
Mission accomplished.
All right, so I think that's a good size for Oompa, right? So what I'm going to do here, when you think you have the right size, you're going to actually go ahead and smush it on there. So you get the shape of his head.
Oh, so you're basically using it as like a mold in and of itself.
Template, right.
Oh, that's a
right.
good idea.
Mhm.
Now, what are you doing right now? I'm seeing something happening.
Oh, it looks like a hat!
I can't believe this.
Holy moly!
So yeah, so you're just smushing it on there.
Just like,
Just work it in
this is
there.
what I mean about these steps that you don't think of. It's like, well, there's a hat.
So, because with Mario's hat, right, it's taller in the front
Right.
and then it's smaller in the back. So you want to press down in the back more than in the front. All right. See, so yeah, when you take the shape, when you have the shape, you want to take off the hat. Just pop it off. And then you want to work on the brim. So with the brim of the hat, you're basically going to roll this out.
The roller.
The roller. Yes.
Yes. So I flattened that one out, right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and grab the X-Acto. But you want to actually curve it, like so. You kind of want to get the shape. All right, and then you're actually going to go ahead and basically smudge it together so you can't see the line or the connecting piece, right? And you can use your nail, which I'm using, or you can use tools like this that you can get at a craft store, and you can smudge it that way. So you see how it's smudging? Now, trim it off, so I'm going to go this way.
Oh, of course, yours is like perfectly done.
And then I'm gonna go like that. Yep. So you can trace it out before you cut it, you know, just to make sure that you have the size and shape that you want. Clean it up. Okay, so then again, you want to test it out, make sure that it's the right size and it's the right shape and it's everything that you've ever wanted. And then once you have your shape down, it's a finalized shape, you're okay and comfortable with it, you're going to go ahead and heat it up. So with this clay, this will harden at, I believe, 250, but we are going to use a heat gun that's a lot easier in my opinion, instead of having to put it in the oven, because you gotta preheat the oven and you gotta wait for it to preheat and all that stuff. With a heat gun, you literally just heat it up right there and then. You got this.
So as you said, you just keep the heat rotating, moving around on it.
You can get a little closer
Okay. So how will I know when I am done?
Well, it's gonna take about a couple of minutes, but you can literally stop and check to see how hard it is. So you can see, you can even feel in this one, right? It's kind of hot, so be careful. That you can't really poke on it
not
anymore.
giving so
you
much.
see?
Yeah.
See, it's not keeping that shape.
And yep, exactly.
You ready? You're
Yeah,
gonna
put it
super
on.
glue them on.
Right. I'm gonna do this.
Oh, with a little ballable head. Put it on the...
Not for long.
There you go.
Oh, cute. Okay.
I have to
Okay.
always paint the M. It's like so iconic. You missed
Yes.
that, then.
We're a
What is
Nintendo.
that?
We gotta paint the M or else.
Cutting corners.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna
Or else. What do I do first? The white first?
The white first, yes. So of course, grab your reference pictures if you need. You know, just to make sure that you got the shape down.
A handy plate palette. And it's just like a white circle kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a white circle.
Bottom is kind of
it's
cut off by the brim.
Layers, right? You want the first layer to dry and then add another layer so that the white shows up really well. And that's with painting anything, right? You want to add enough layers. I think it's time to paint the M.
The last and final
So do I.
step.
If
Last
you're
and final
curious.
step.
I agree.
So I'm almost done filling in this M. I'm about to just clean it up very soon. Alright.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
Okay, here's the big moment where we
back.
show the
This is the
camera our finished pieces. Yay! And then the other camera. Yay!
They're best buds.
They are. And this one again.
One more time.
So it's cool because then you can see the different style, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it has uniqueness to it. It's one of a kind, and you made it, which is really something to be proud of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So look at you guys.
We did
Teamwork.
it. Very exciting. Well, thank you so much for being with us today and showing us how to customize our Goomba amiibo. We hope that, you know, as we get ready for the launch of Super Mario Odyssey amiibo, you guys are inspired to customize your own amiibo. And you have a ton of amiibo customizations on your YouTube channel. So tell our friends where can we find you?
Well, I have a lot more customizations on my channel at GandaKris. I show you guys how to do step-by-step of other customizations that you guys can make at home with friends and family. And yeah, that's what I do. I love to teach. So if you're willing to learn, go ahead and subscribe.
Awesome. And we'll leave all the info in the info box of where to find Christine or GandaKris. And then we are really excited. Thank you so much again for being on the show today and teaching us a thing or two about custom amiibo. We're so excited to have you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I do appreciate you guys so much, and I'm glad you guys had fun. I had fun teaching you guys, and you guys are only going to get better.
I had fun doing almost nothing. So.
Okay, we're going to get you to that level.
Oh boy, how exciting. We'll see you in 5 years. I'm just kidding. So be sure to stay tuned for the rest of the month for more videos on Super Mario Odyssey. And remember,
Nintendo Minute is never a minute.
see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.